All right, good morning, everybody. Tracking some severe weather. We talked about this earlier this morning. The squall line now moving in towards southwest Virginia and in through the Tri-Cities. And so all these orange boxes on your screen, these are severe storm counties. And you can see that many of these counties across southwest Virginia, from Lee County, Wise County, Scott County, back up towards Russell County, and that includes Washington County, Virginia, and also up towards Smith County, Tazewell County, and also here in Tennessee, Hancock County, Hawkins County, and now looks like parts of even into Sullivan County under this severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go and check out Live Viper 11, and of course Mark Reynolds is here, and we're going to be taking you right on through the next couple of hours. And again, keep in mind, this doesn't necessarily look impressive on radar, but there's a lot of wind in the atmosphere, and some of this wind, these strong winds, are being carried down towards the surface. So here's a storm track. This storm is actually out towards Middlesboro. This is going to be tracking northeast, so through Harlan or near close to Harlan, north of Jonesville. So this is just one of many storms. It's essentially part of this entire squall line, but you can see a couple of those towns on your screen there. So basically between now and about 11:30, this is what we're going to be looking out for. Now this is a look at our severe threat product here, and you can see that this is also containing some hail. Some strong winds here as Mark puts some of these things on here. This dime, quarter-size hail. Yes.
We do have high winds aloft. So
yes.
70-mile-an-hour winds aloft, and some of those right about 15,000 to 20,000 feet up. So that gets transported down to the ground.
Yeah, so this is our velocity mode here, and you can see that a lot of wind energy, a lot of winds coming through the atmosphere. As you go up in elevation of even 10,000 to 15,000 feet, winds are up to about 60 to 70. So again, there's a lot of wind. Wind's still going to be the biggest issue here. Strong damaging winds certainly will be an issue as we move along with these storms. But again, newly issued storm warnings here for this line. And again, many counties, Hancock County specifically, and you can see those blinking boxes here. That is a severe thunderstorm warning for Hancock County, extending back towards Hawkins County. Again, keep in mind, a lot of this is moving off to the east here. So over the next 1 hour, this is our 1 hour Stormcast product. And you can see that between now, we're 11:15 now. And as we take you right on towards 12:15, look where this line's coming. It's coming right through towards the Tri-Cities. And so by an hour from now, should be close to Kingsport and Bristol and Abingdon. So again, these areas, we'll be looking at some strong winds over the next hour. So lots of information, of course, we're sharing with you on this Wednesday morning here at about 11:15. But over the next hour, this squall line is moving south towards the Tri-Cities. And so more than likely, most of you watching will be warned at least at some point. Keep in mind, though, we do have the severe thunderstorm watch until 1 o'clock. Of course, there's the warnings now being issued from Big Stone to Jonesville. That's where that line is currently located through southwest Virginia. So all the way up from West Virginia, lining up through the Cumberland Mountains, back here into East Tennessee. And this is the reason why we have those severe thunderstorm warnings for basically the next 30 to 45 minutes. So if you're watching us, expect to see wind gusts over 60 to 70 miles per hour. We've seen some hail as well within some of these storms. So wind and hail, really the two primary concerns with these storms as they pull towards the Tri-Cities. So Mark, of course, we're watching this together, team coverage here this morning. And of course, basically between now and probably 1 or 2 o'clock is going to be prime time as we track some of these strong to severe storms. So
yeah, and I just want to stress the fact that we are watching that large line of thunderstorms, and just keep in mind we've talked so much about that wind potential, and that's what we're looking at now, Jeremy, is the fact that we could in fact find some strong winds in association with this band as that line will continue to make its way towards the east and the southeast. We do have the potential. That doesn't mean everybody's going to find a wind threat, but there is that potential for winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. And one of the main reasons for that, when you go up in height in the atmosphere, all we have to do is get to about 15,000 to 20,000 feet, and we're looking at winds well over 50 miles per hour. So some of the thunderstorms will get the updraft and it pulls that wind down to the ground, and that's why we are looking at the potential here with some of these cells to produce some damaging winds. Already we've had some reported damage through parts of Kentucky as well as southwest Virginia from some of the winds here. So we're watching that carefully as that band of thunderstorms will continue to push towards the east and the southeast. There is a potential for damaging winds and some hail. We're talking hail size, maybe quarter, upwards to possibly golf ball size hail. So as we zoom in a little bit closer there, Jeremy, we are really watching these warnings now. We'll put the warnings on here because I want to point out the fact that the National Weather Service is issuing these. The storms are moving at such an incredible speed, 60, 65 miles per hour, and therefore they're issuing these severe thunderstorm warnings all out ahead of that band of thunderstorms. So as it continues to push towards the southeast, definitely watching that potential here for wind damage as we see these cells moving across southwest Virginia and eventually into northeast Tennessee, and a possibility here some locally heavy rain back towards Middlesboro and Sneedville. Those cells will continue to push towards the east as well. So not only the potential of wind damage, but we're also talking, Jeremy, the potential of some locally heavy amounts of rain as we go through the afternoon hour. The cold front, by the way, is still back to our west. So we're going to hold on to that threat for showers and thunderstorms and that potential of wind damage for our local region, most likely until noon to 2 o'clock this afternoon. And look how that line extends all the way down back south of Nashville. We've already had severe weather, possible tornadoes in the Nashville vicinity, Franklin especially, and that line now extending into northern Mississippi. We are starting to see a little bit of supercell rotation here, a possibility we may be looking at more severe weather down across Mississippi. But this is a line we're watching. What's also interesting, Jeremy and I talked about this, the upper level winds, the highest winds through West Virginia, and that's why we've seen more tornado warnings into West Virginia. So for us, we're just looking at these severe thunderstorm warnings. They're still in effect, many of us, for the Tri-Cities until 12:15 this afternoon, as we do have the potential for some damaging winds and some hail. We're going to keep you updated as this line of storms continues to make its way through across the region. So those severe thunderstorm warnings, Jeremy, until 12:15, and really that's all we're looking at right now, just the threat for some strong winds with these cells.
Yeah, and if you're watching us and you're not in these warned areas, be prepared because there are likely going to be some issues for you in your location as well. So there's a look at just kind of recap things here. Severe thunderstorm warning, all in orange here, as this squall line that we tracked early this morning. Most of southwest Virginia under a severe thunderstorm warning at this point. It's widespread, and this is going to be settling into the Tri-Cities and northeast Tennessee over the next couple of hours. So again, we'll be watching this. Mark and I will be with you. And by the way, we'll be on Facebook as well, doing a Facebook Live. So join us there. And of course, we'll keep you up to date throughout the morning as this storm system continues to work its way through.